What's good, y'all? It's your boy Blak G 92. I like to say happy Veterans Day to all the people that have served, and also currently serving in the military. I like to say thank you guys for all your service and sacrifices to help protect our country and our freedoms. So very grateful for that. So I like to say that real quick. So anyone that got any family members that's in the military, be sure to thank them. You know what I mean? Because they definitely agreed to take on a hard job, and you know what I mean, just let them know that you appreciate their sacrifices and their services, and take them out to dinner, lunch, whatever the case may be. You know what I mean, show you that you appreciate them. And so yeah, I like to get that out. Now that's out the way. I'm going to do a reaction to the WWE Renaissance era made by this YouTube channel called Super Kick Studios. I might end up splitting this to two parts since it is 22 minutes long. I might try that. I hope hope the person that suggested it, as well as Jacoby, shout out to you, and the other few people that have been asking for me to react to this video and gave me this video to react to. So I'm gonna split it up, probably watch the first 12 minutes of this mini documentary and see what it's looking like in about 3, 2, 1. So yeah, I do enjoy watching these documentaries, so keep them coming. And for all the people that subscribe to the channel, let me know what you want me to watch and want me to react to. There's a whole lot of content, so just let me know. Okay, got that little NY drill shit. Okay.
World wrestling entertainment in their years and years of existence has firmly been defined by eras. Time frames in the company's history where different stars defined their image. They crossed over into the mainstream and they created moments which are still replayed till this very day.
Oh, hell yeah.
Each era has an accompanying cast of marquee attractions and reasons to exist. From 1997 to 2002 was the Attitude Era. Then came the Ruthless Aggression Era from 2002 to 2008. This was followed by the PG era, then came the Reality Era, followed by the New Era. With each name that the company was given for their various time frames, it felt as though WWE, from a television standpoint, was growing more and more out of touch with their fans.
Man, that beat though, the little beats playing in the introduction, got me wanting to rap, or more or less write some raps, because I haven't done so in years. And when I tried freestyle, I think it was with my little brothers here, did not come off how I imagined it in my head. So oh boy, it's definitely a sign that maybe I should go back in the drawing board and learn how to rap again.
Yes, there was some good stuff here and there, but fans were just waiting for an improvement. But that turn in the right direction would just never come. The moments, the unpredictability, it was few and far between. At the end of the 2010s, it felt like World Wrestling Entertainment was hell-bent on self-sabotage and alienating their fan base. Lacking a structure, missing out on top talent, coasting by with their pay-per-views, and failing to deliver fans the stars that they wanted at the top. Go back to 2018 or 2019 and it looked like the WWE was doomed to fail forever. Entering the 2020s, the WWE has finally found their way again. The company has gone through an overhaul from the top down, from new ownership and ideologies to pushing the new wave of superstars. The company has seen a massive turn under Nick Khan and Triple H, where fans are finally enjoying the WWE for the first time in a long time. The company's had a resurgence across multiple facets, from how the company is building up talent, a new vision for media, and even a complete overhaul of their developmental to fit into a grand scheme of an overall plan that seems to be clicking. After some really tough years for fans which were filled with frustration, bad television, and spite booking at times, the company has gone through a renaissance. By its literal definition, renaissance means rebirth, and a rebirth has happened within the WWE. And you may think the simple answer is Triple H taking over, but there's all these little pieces that make up a much bigger picture that finally has the company clicking. So let's rewind back.
Rewind. Okay, they're doing a rewind of it. Okay, can't wait to see. And based on what I've seen thus far, seems interesting. So I actually decided wanted to check out what channels they're on.
5,000 years of Chinese music
more commercials. I might pay for a ticket to see this. All right, shut up. No offense, but I'm
In
just not in the mood to
2020,
watch that.
WWE hired Nick Khan as their president and chief revenue officer. Khan came into the WWE after working for CAA as their co-head of television. The company hired a seasoned media mogul who brought in a different philosophy on television.
Okay.
He came into the company and changed how the WWE distributed their content and operated their biggest pay-per-views. Earlier in 2020, WWE had parted ways with George Barrios and Michelle Wilson, who had been with the company for 11 years. When asked about why this happened, Vince McMahon said the company wanted to focus on growing the value of their content and that the decision was based on a different view of execution over areas of focus. Dumbing that down, Vince didn't think they were focusing on where the money was, and he had a different view on what they should be doing. In came Khan and immediately changed the company. By the following year, Peacock became the official home for the WWE's content library in the US. They entered a multi-year agreement with NBC Universal. And
Oh, really? Okay, so I could catch all the latest matches on Peacock. Okay, bet.
Settle on a $1 billion rights
I'm gonna have to write that down.
The company launched the WWE Network back in 2014 with hopes that it would seamlessly fit into the streaming landscape, even though it hadn't exploded yet. Think the WWE's version of Netflix, a signature app that had content upon content for a bargain of a price. This was going to be big time, and for some time it was, but as time went on, those subscriptions started to flatline and even drop. The company made the decision to sell those rights. Essentially, the thought was, where can we plop the WWE logo and have more fans see it? If they couldn't have people coming to them, then they'd go to them on a bigger platform. Nick Khan spearheaded that and was able to make the best of a downtrending situation, and it was his business savvy that helped get that deal done. But where the company has really changed since his hire is their pay-per-views. Go back to 2018 or 2019 and pick a pay-per-view. Chances are you'll feel like you're watching a glorified version of Raw or SmackDown. Now their roster is the strongest that it's been in years, and the company is putting on some huge cards. But they do it in bigger venues and different markets.
Okay.
Going back a few years, there would be very few shows that were inside football stadiums or baseball parks. Now there's more of those which give it a grander feel, and that goes hand in hand with what I mentioned earlier. The biggest change has actually come with WrestleMania. The grand feeling that came with WrestleMania has finally been restored for the past couple years, and why it's working is the two-night structure that the show now has. Again, go back to those shows in 2017, 18, 19, close to the 5-hour mark for almost all of them in terms of runtime. WrestleMania, though it was one of the biggest shows in the world, at times felt like a chore to watch, and it lost its sparkle. Instead of being a showcase of the best storylines and matches, it became this 5+ hour marathon where the company crammed as much as they could onto one show. So you'd usually get lukewarm critical reviews once these shows were done. Since Khan came in, WrestleMania has expanded to a 2-night format. Night 1 Saturday and Night 2 Sunday, which allows for more beat.
Okay, I think that's splitting the 2 nights is definitely a smart business move, and plus, not to mention, like people's attention spans. I'm sure they might touch on that, but of course, you get more worth for your time and your investment. Because I think it does cost money to pay for it to watch it live from your TV and such. So, that's a good idea. And plus, not to mention, I have to worry about. Feel like it's the same old in like the old format. By the way, I haven't really watched any sort of pay-per-view match in maybe some years, if I ever did. But it seemed like they have a bright idea by going with it. But I'm finished watching it.
Makes the show much more digestible and also gives the company the ability to space out their big matches. It was a change that at first seemed odd, but now seems reasonable that it happened. This change has led to more ticket sales, partnerships, and big-time matches. The rejigging of what and where a pay-per-view should be since 2021 is what's worked, and that falls under Khan, who is a key piece in WWE exploring these different markets. Also, pay-per-view fatigue doesn't seem to be a thing anymore. They don't have a pay-per-view every month just for the sake of doing it. You don't need a TLC in December to fill a spot on the calendar, because if you end off your schedule in November, then the next one isn't until the Rumble in January, which fans will be hungry for, no doubt. SummerSlam went from arenas to stadiums. The WWE started to do more international shows, and all that came under the eye of Nick Khan. That hire in 2020, though simple for most fans, has had an unseen effect on the WWE.
That's
WWE,
impressive.
for their entire existence, has also been able to maintain connection to the entertainment industry because at the core of it, they are an entertainment company.
Oh, hell
Music
yeah.
and television helped the WWE launch WrestleMania and get to new heights. But there was a point where it felt like the WWE was trying their absolute hardest to hold on to that relationship with the mainstream. Problem being, there was a huge disconnect between what they thought worked and what actually worked. The company brought in stars like Snooki, Jerry Springer, and Kevin Federline to continue to show that they were still relevant. Heck, they had an entire era of their...
Who thought was a good idea to bring Snooki on there? And of course, LeVar Ball. That is always going to look goofy as hell to me. That image.
Entire era of their flagship show have a cast of changing celebrity guest hosts to maintain that relationship so very desperately. Sometimes it was good, most times it was bad, and sometimes it was flat out cringe inducing.
I bet it was.
But those celebrities didn't really do much for the WWE in the grand scheme of things. What's a one-off appearance really going to add, aside from your hardcore fans rolling their eyes at some very forced segment? Now this is a model that the company has ironed out. They finally figured out how to incorporate names from the outside. Whereas before the goal was, let's just bring in these guys and use them in a segment for a bit, maybe force them to wrestle even though they have no intention to and they don't really care. Now they have them seamlessly fit into the company. At the top of this is Logan Paul, one of the biggest names in combat sports and multimedia. With him, he brings a reach of millions. His addition to the company seemed pretty harmless on the surface, but he's been able to give the WWE an exposure among young adults and fans who maybe don't follow the company but follow what Paul is doing, even if they're just hate watching the guy. The biggest tool he's got is his online reach.
Oh, Logan Paul. Now, I haven't really followed his career like that. I just see him pop up here and there, like public appearances, and of course on the random YouTube video. But I never really understood the hatred for the guy. And plus, I never was like in love. I never was really crazy about him either way. But I never felt the need to hate the guy because I never saw anything from him for me to just hate Logan Paul. So, but it's cool that he's getting that reach and bringing in a different audience. That's good. Good on him.
Ability to market. Just look at how many views his Impulsive podcast gets. It's these crossovers that are working and helping people like Seth Rollins be seen by those who wouldn't know who the guy is. And it's going both ways. The WWE gets eyes on them because people want to see what Paul's doing, and by working with him, guys like Cody and Seth are being put into this mainstream avenue where they get some more exposure than they normally would have because of the built-in fan base that he has. Even if the exposure is so simple as to, the wrestler that was on Logan Paul's podcast, it helps them get those names out constantly and not just for a one-off. What's an added bonus is Paul is a natural athlete and he's come into the WWE and made big-time waves.
That's
the
what's up.
believability factor is there because he can go in the ring.
Right.
They've kept him a special attraction where he only wrestles at the biggest shows 2 or 3 times a year.
Oh, he definitely has to build for it, too.
The WWE. Instead of an ever-revolving door of people that serve a single-time purpose and that WWE fans couldn't care about anyways, they finally figured it out. Same thing goes for Bad Bunny, one of the most popular artists on the face of the planet.
Oh, hell
His
yeah, that
appearances
man's
in the
doing
WWE
numbers.
have helped them garner huge mainstream headlines because he brings that worldwide reach. These guys both wrestle and do well, and again, it goes both ways. Fans care, so do media outlets. How do you pique someone's interest who won't watch the WWE? Here's someone you may know. They're actually wrestling on our card, and they do it a few times. Opposed to here's a celebrity paraded out without any rhyme or reason. Please put it on your website. Who are the ones that can land you on the big-time publications? Who are the ones that can help make waves for it? Again, both Bad Bunny and Paul started appearing in 2021 under Khan's reach.
I think maybe when we started even bringing in like Logan Paul and Bad Bunny into it, and just seeing like
even Bad Bunny's match at WrestleMania, I guess his first real match at WrestleMania, I guess 37. That I feel like people were starting to go, oh, Bad Bunny's part of this.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched wrestling in a long time, or I've never watched wrestling, but I like Bad Bunny, so now I got to start watching. Yeah, there's a lot of lot of eyeballs on
Lots.
what you guys are doing.
Like you said, more now than ever.
Overhaul seems to be the word of the video, and I'll continue diving into it with NXT, which was another necessary step that needed to happen in order for things to become one functioning machine. The NXT brand has been around for over a decade, and what initially started as the company's replacement for the ECW revival became a cult classic among fans who were jaded with the WWE's main roster. The focus on Raw and SmackDown was the big, jacked up dudes who were the textbook definition of wrestlers, and stories that felt like they changed course every minute. Meanwhile, on NXT, they had a different in-ring product, a product that a lot of fans wanted to see. They were slower with their storytelling. You had to look for those Easter eggs, and they kept rewarding you for following the product. The brand had their peak from 2015 to 2019, so you can imagine the outrage that came in 2021 when everything was stripped away and the super indie once again transitioned into becoming a farm system. The focus became less on short-term gain and instead creating future stars that had the star power and athleticism to become big names in the WWE. And early on, it was a tough watch. Nickelodeon NXT was rough because they stripped it all down entirely. They wanted to do things their way, and looking back at it now, I mean, I said it back in 2021, but it's a step that needed to happen. The rebrand came out of left field, but it's since settled nicely. It has a nice blend of young wrestlers, some stars from the main roster, and the in-ring quality that fans loved back in the black and gold days. Again, another overhaul done by Triple H and Nick Khan.
What we want to make sure is easy for folks who want to be WWE superstars is figuring out how to become WWE superstars. So if you think of the life of an elevated athlete throughout their career, the opportunity to go play somewhere has always been easy. Being able to play.
Oh shit! This is I went past the 12-minute mark, but I'm gonna go ahead and pause it right here. But this Khan dude seemed like he knows what he's talking about, so definitely gonna like pick it up right there in the second half of this reaction. So hopefully y'all enjoyed the little bit I did react to, but it has a lot of information. I'm just glued in, just not really saying much, and writing a little bit of notes as you see my notebook. You know, just seeing where I can find these matches and just wrote some of their changes to the whole pay-per-view like setup and plus not to mention a lot of relevant information. And I had no idea that Bad Bunny and Logan Paul had so much that much of a reach to bring in newer fans of WWE with their appearances. And I know a little bit about Logan Paul being athletic and having to build to wrestle and box, but I had no idea that Bad Bunny had to build for it neither, because I'm just going off his music. He never gave me that impression about him, so that's definitely a surprise to me. But I'm definitely gonna tune in and probably hopefully get a request for a match of his, maybe a clip of him in the match, like Bad Bunny, that is, and perhaps Logan Paul, because I'm interested now. See how they fare in the ring, and let me see what people say in the comment section. Say the Renaissance era is a great name for this era of WWE. 2022, 2023 has been fantastic. The matches, the feuds, and pay-per-views were great. Okay, so it's going strong. That's good. Best things about this era is Michael Cole is finally able to be himself rather than yelled at. The product improved a lot ever since Triple H took over. It feels like everyone's getting an opportunity to shine, even without holding a belt. New feuds and storylines are finally interesting and entertaining, not to mention star power that the current roster has. Okay, seemed a lot of people showing love, and that's what I also noticed too. It seemed like everyone that's like under NXT and this new Renaissance era of WWE is getting their chance to shine. It seemed like no one's being held back, and it's like it's an open field, damn near. So, hey, shout out to the new management and like this Khan dude, and of course Triple H for doing their thing with the business side and bringing in the publicity, getting these new celebrity guest hosts, as well. It's cultivating these wrestlers and becoming superstars. That's a great look. And of course, stars themselves for putting in that work in the ring in order to get that attention. So, hey, all parties involved doing the thing. So now I gotta do my part to actually follow this current era and catch up on some matches. So, yeah, if you want me to react to more of these little mini documentaries on wrestling or any other sort of like industry you want me to do, or say songs, interviews, music videos, movie trailers, movie TV show trailers more so, and of course clips from said TV shows and movies, or what was it, analysis videos, countdowns. Post them in the comment section below, and be sure to hit that like button, hit that notification button, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to follow me on my social media accounts, which will be posted in the description box below. This your boy Blak G 92, about to sign off. Holla at your boy. Peace.